Thank you for watching CBSN Denver. I'm Justin Adams. Competitive Eaters comes in all shapes and sizes around the world. And most recently, a group of Major League eaters stopped by Pueblo for the World Slopper Eating Championship during the Colorado State Fair. One of the competitors was from Aurora and a good friend of mine, Bryan Big Sexy Beard, joins us now. And Bryan, it's good to see you, my man. How long have you been a competitive eater?
Actually, I started back in 2009, so this marks 11 years of my competitive eating journey.
Nice, nice. All right, so with that being said, now you finished 12th in sloppers in the 8-minute deal that we had overall and during the state fair. And that's an open-faced cheeseburger that's smothered in chili, which is ridiculous.
It's green chili.
Green chili.
Green
so
chili.
Not just any chili, green chili. That is just ridiculous.
Right.
Bryan, how do you prepare for this type of contest?
Well, the funny thing is only, I would say, 2 out of the seven eaters that I ate in the contest on Saturday had actually eaten green chili, as what we know green chili as. So the guys like Joey Chestnut, the guy that won on last Saturday, Jeffrey Esper, they had no idea what green chili even was. So I had that I had that upper hand going into it. But you just, it's a capacity contest, man. You just try and get as much as you can, and you try and get your body used to intaking as much as it can in a short amount of time.
Does it depend on the food that you're going to eat when you're trying to eat all this, just as much food as you can get down in your body? Does it depend on what type of food you eat?
Absolutely. I mean, each food has different texture, has a different way of going down, and you have a different way of intaking it and how you handle it. So, and it also dictates on what you want to drink, what you choose to drink, or what you have in your cups to dunk the food in, and it affects that decision as well. Now,
the guy who won it was Jeff Esper. You talk about him. He took down 37.5 sloppers in 8 minutes. That's just ridiculous.
He actually did 35.
35? Okay. Well, either way, he's in the mid-30s, which is just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
So with that being said, now he won that one, but how many contests have you won? Which ones have you taken down?
Oh, nah, well, I can count on one hand, to be honest with you. I won KBPI's Wing Bowl back in 2009, where the big thing that I did there was 3 pounds, 3 ounces of wing meat off the bone in 5 minutes, which equated to about 85 chicken wings in 5 minutes. I won a qualifier back in 2009. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually won something. But it was a qualifier to go to the Big Nathan's hot dog competition on the 4th of July. I won that back May 5th, 2010 in San Jose, California, beating the legend Crazy Legs Conti.
Now, we heard that you had 26 tamales in 12 minutes. How did you do it, man?
Yeah. You just kind of zone out after a while. I'll be honest with you, those tamales, they'll get you. It's a texture thing when it comes to that. That masa will just slap you right in the face. And I was actually shocked I ate as many as I did, because you get this urge of a reversal of fortune halfway through. You just have to push through it. And I was able to get there. But that, I think, would go second to my the chicken wing output that I put back in 2009 at a KBPI's Wing Bowl.
Yeah, well, one guy who eats a whole lot of hot dogs is Joey Chestnut. He's a guy who just downs them like there's nobody business. Have you ever met him before? And what do you have to say about him?
He's the legend. He's the best. I'll be honest with you, him and Kobayashi we can thank where we are right now in competitive eating to those 2 legends. And I have nothing but great things to say about Joey as a person and as a competitor. I've never seen someone as driven as he is when it comes to being the best in his craft. I guess you can't say that. I've been in the locker room, in the Broncos and the Nuggets locker rooms, and I've seen the best of the best, honing their craft. So he's up on the level with them as far as being intensely focused on making themselves better in their craft. And I've seen him mornings of contests. I see how he prepares for it, and I've seen the aftermath of it. So I know what he puts into it. It's blood, sweat, and tears with this guy, and he deserves everything that he's gotten.
I love it. And Bryan, you could tell by the way that I look, I have a couple of pounds I could put on, right? So I could be a competitive eater. So if I wanted to jump into competitive eating, what type of advice would you give to me or anybody else?
So I kind of just lucked into it. There was the BPI's Wing Bowl back in the day. They used to have qualifiers, and it was just a small chicken wing eating contest at the bar. And I knew I was always a good eater. I could eat quickly. I could eat a lot very quickly, and I just knew I had a natural thing for it. So if you think you have the ability to do it, I would look into some eating challenges in the area. Just if you have a contest, make sure that there's an EMT handy because accidents do happen. And yeah, bad accidents. In fact, that's why Voodoo Donuts doesn't have their eating contest anymore, because someone choked and died during doing their contest. So, or their eating challenge. So it's a serious thing. You have to treat it as such. It's a fun time, but do understand that there are risks and challenges that come along with it. But my recommendation would be doing an eating challenge and seeing if you can finish the eating challenge.
But that's the reason why you make it look so good, man. You get the eating challenge rolling, you're able to finish off a whole lot of tamales and go from there. So that's the reason why they call you Big Sexy, my friend. So thank you so much for joining.
That's only
Bryan.
part of it.
That's right.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, brother, I appreciate
We'll talk about what else makes me that later on. So appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, anytime, without a doubt. And that's the reason why we call him Big Sexy. Look, thanks for joining us, Bryan. And for more information, head over to MajorLeagueEating.com.